I'm ready.
Let's do this. So, that is the urinary bladder. That is the urethra. This is the uterus, specifically the body of the uterus. This is the vagina, and these are the posterior and anterior fornixes of the vagina. There's a little sort of serrated edge or opening right in here. That is the opening or the cervix for the uterus. Okay. The body of the uterus has a few different layers. So it has perimetrium, which is that one, myometrium, which is that one, and then endometrium, which is this one right here. So just remember those layers from deep, or from superficial to deep. And that should not be too difficult. So now, do my Tetris skills and put this together. You can see the fallopian tube here. At the end of it is called the infundibulum. And then coming off the infundibulum is going to be the fimbriae. The fimbriae would attach to the ovary right here. Okay. Now, this model I do not like because it doesn't really do a very good job at separating between the fallopian tube and the ovarian ligament. But this is the ovarian ligament. It extends from the uterus to the ovary, and that's what keeps it in place. The reason why you can tell is because all this red is showing you where the infundibulum starts. So if you just follow it back, you know that that one's the fallopian tube. Okay, next one. This one right here. This is probably the best model for female anatomy in all of class. This is one I would know like the back of my hand. Okay. So again, you have perimetrium here, you have myometrium here, and the endometrium right on the inside. This is the cervix, anterior and posterior fornixes of the vagina, and then that is the vagina right there. This is the rectum, urinary bladder, with the urethra right there. Now between these structures, you're going to have pouches, okay? This pouch is the vesicouterine pouch, and this one here is the rectouterine pouch. These are very important pouches for medical reasons because it is very common for bacteria to actually build up in there and for it to get infected. Very easy. And part of the reason why this model is so good is because you can very clearly see the difference between the fallopian tube, which is this one here, and the ovarian ligament, which is that one right there, partly because it's color coordinated. So go us. This is the infundibulum, again with the fimbriae right there. This is the round ligament. This whole thing is called the broad ligament, and this blue in the back is the suspensory ligament. Now you can see some vessels right there running with that ligament. Those vessels are going to the ovaries, so we call those ovarian vessels. So there's an ovarian artery and an ovarian vein. You guys will probably know them better as gonadals. Just remember, gonadals in male will be testicular, and in females they'll be ovarian. Okay. And then in this model here, see ya. That is the pubic symphysis. This is the urinary bladder here. That is the glans clitoris. Now there's a little V-shaped pocket right in there. That pocket is called the frenulum. This is labia minus, and out here is labia majus. When you're talking about both of them, because technically there's one on each side, it's majora and minora. So you guys might be more familiar with that phrasing. Just know that it's plural and referring to both, not just individual and referring to one. Again, you have the body of the uterus there, cervix, anterior and posterior fornixes right there, vagina, rectum, anus, and all the other structures that you guys should be familiar with at this point. Here you actually see, I'm not a huge fan of this one because the coloring is really weird, but this is actually a fallopian tube, and you can see that it's attaching to an ovary right there. And then this tube right here is a ureter, and that is it.